Hail and welcome, people. I am Lady Calmere. I welcome you to my channel. I am doing my 214th video. It will be on the goddess Demeter. So I'm pronouncing her name as best as I can in the Greek pronunciation of Demeter. We pronounce her Demeter, or I heard Demeter in my country of the United States of America. But she is Demeter in Greek, so I will be calling her that. So she is one of the 12 Olympians. She is the daughter of Kronos and Rhea, and she is, of course, the sister of Zeus, but also she had offspring by him. Now, she has many different offsprings, but her most famous child, and the child that's most talked about, especially dealing with the Eleusinian mysteries, is her daughter Cori, who Cori / Persephone. In Rome, Demeter is called Ceres, which where we get the word cereal from. She is a chthonic deity. She deals with the earth, but the earth in the form of agriculture. She later becomes, and I'm going to say later becomes, known as the Corn Mother, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure it was Christopher Columbus who introduced corn to Europe. Before then, the corn that we know was not in Europe or anywhere else part of the world, except for in the Americas, okay? Plural. In this part of the world. Until it was introduced by Christopher Columbus. So, as far as her being a corn mother originally, people. So, Demeter is very matronly, but sometimes she's seen as a crone figure, but she is a mother. She is a mother figure. And here we have her with a cornucopia here. And inside, well, not cornucopia, a bag, a sack full of wheat and fruits that she's offering. And we see her with the flame. She's very important in the Eleusinian mysteries. And as we know, that when how the ancient Greeks described the changing of the seasons, and they had 3 seasons, not 4. The winter season was because her daughter, Cori, is taken to the underworld by Hades and becomes Persephone. So Demeter, when her daughter is not with her, she cries, she mourns. And the world is cold and frozen over. But the first time when her daughter was missing, all life was endangered, and to her daughter was returned to her. Even the king of the gods, Zeus, had to pretty much bow to her demands. Because without her daughter, she cared not. It was actually Cori, Persephone, seemed to be her favorite child. The child that she doted on the most and cared for the most. And as her favorite child was gone, she's like, no way, Jose. I don't care. The gods can beg, the gods can cry, the gods can plead. I don't care. You don't give me what I want? Life as you know it is gone. All creation, gone. Oh yeah, you want sacrifices and gifts from the humanity? Good luck with that. You want it? Give me back my daughter. So that's how she was. And in fact, she mourned for 9 days. She cried and traveled all over looking for her daughter. She even put a disguise as an old lady. And in the background, we got Charlie there. But she dressed as a widow. And it was actually Pan, in some stories, ratted her out. Say, hey, Demeter is there. So there she is. She's in Arcadia, dressed as an old lady, as a widow. But they had to beg her and make a deal with her in order to restore life. So the deal was, because of Persephone, Corey slash Persephone eating, or was forced to eat, or tricked to eat the pomegranate seed. So for every seed she ate, she had to stay with Hades, aka Hades. And so for the 2 seasons she was with her mother, and the other season she was with the chthonic Zeus. The chthonic Zeus. And when Hades is called the chthonic Zeus. Nothing to do with the Olympian Zeus. So they explain the seasons through that. And from what I understand is that Beauty and the Beast took its inspiration from Persephone and Hades' relationship. The tale as old as time. So, Beauty and the Beast. But anyways, there were so many stories depicting her travels that you can look it up on YouTube. But I really want to get into, or look it on the internet or other sources. But I really want to get into Demeter, who she is. Is she approachable? Yes. Is she very kind to humanity? Yes. 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 She is the agricultural goddess. She is a goddess that deals with growth, expansion, prosperity, life. She knows what loss is, but she also knows what happiness is. So, some of the things that are her colors, believe it or not, cornflower blue color is a color of Demeter, and we can also associate the colors green with her for the green of the fruits. Well, green of the earth growth. Her number, I would say, is 8. Interesting, in Arcadia, she is said to have a horse's head. So in Arcadia, she sports a horse's head, which shows her equine, her how can I say, equine form. And in Arcadia, she has a horse's head. In one hand, she holds a dove. And the other hand, a dolphin. We got Miss Kitty here. So some of her symbols. Her number is 8. I don't know if I said that. But some of her symbols, which some of them are more new, the newer one, because again, corn wasn't introduced into Columbus. But ears of corn, sheaves of wheat, a torch, and a cornucopia. So again, sheaves of wheat or sheaves of grain, a torch, and cornucopia. She is the goddess of agriculture, the goddess of grain, goddess of wheat, goddess of barley, goddess of bread. Her other names that she's known as Deo, Theo. It would be pronounced Theo in Greece, but we pronounce it Dio here. Her sacred animals are horse, pig, snakes, grasshoppers, her sacred plants, barley, pennyroyal, mint, poppy, and wheat. Her home is on Mount Olympus as well as on the earth. Her daughter, Kari, Persephone, her father is Zeus. But again, Demeter has other children. So sometimes around her head she wore a garland of corn ears. Sometimes a simple ribbon, or she also had sheaves of wheat around her head. And let's look at this statue. Demeter. This is a form where she is not mourning her daughter. This is the form where she is a happy mother. And because of her, we eat. Don't knock over the camera, girl. Don't knock over my tripod, please. This is actually my phone. I do not want destroyed. So she can come as a form as haggard looking, and well, not haggard, but like old looking, widowed, or as very beautiful. Demeter was worshipped in many different places, in such as Delos, Crete, Attica, Sicily, the western coast of Asia, Italy. Well, Sicily isn't Italy, but you get my meaning. So the Eleusinian Mysteries and the Thesmophoria were important festivals for her, and sacrifices consisted of swine, cows, and bulls, but also honey cakes, as well as fruits were given to her. Interesting enough that these cakes were shaped as snakes, as well as penis cakes. Yes, phallus shaped cakes. So they were made for her. So you can go, and I'm not trying to be funny here, But you can get order a penis cake, or get a penis shaped pancake and bake a cake. Same some ones that you would use for a bachelorette party or bachelor party, and have a penis shaped cake. Why not? Penises. So in modern days, we can get chocolate. I can't even. Chocolate shaped penises, penis candies, and literally, no joke, and leave it on the altar, but with with respect, with solemnness. So this goddess is a goddess of fertility, of the land, of animals, humans. She's a goddess of mothers and daughters. Well, especially mothers. So, offerings to her: honey cakes, penis shaped offerings that are edible. You can even think of penis pasta now. Why not? They're made from wheat. So, yeah, penis pasta or just pasta. Um, okay. Fruits, vegetables, corn, which is more modern, wheat, bread, cake, cupcakes. Chocolate's always good. The gods just love chocolate. Candies, honey cakes, honey. Think of different Greek dishes. And again, just even honey by itself is good. Barley water with a little bit of mint. She does like mint. So barley water, barley cake, anything made with barley, cereal. She's a goddess of cereal, so granola, granola bars, your energy bars, your cookies. So, you know, fresh made bread, bread bought from the store, fruit pies, fruit salad. Some people have given her mead. There is a thing saying don't give her wine. She accepts wreaths of grains. Oh, just think of like different types of bread. Like even focaccia. Fruitcakes. 'Tis the season for fruitcakes, right? It's Yule. Happy Yule, by the way, everybody. Happy winter solstice. Happy winter to everybody. Happy Yuletide. So, 'tis the season for fruitcakes. So I'll give you the fruitcake. You can give it to Demeter with respect. Those Christmas cookies, Christmas treats, Christmas candy, all Yuletide treats, Yuletide candies. Think of Demeter. Crackers. Why not some crackers? Fruit and nuts. Nuts. A lot of people get nuts for Yule. You can give it to her. You can give her the mixed nuts. That That'd be nice. Some dried fruits. Think of your figs, your the trail mix. Of course, deities, they do like fresh. A lot of them like fresh water, and she does enjoy mint. So you can make her put some mint jelly on some of the crackers. Give her a jar of mint jelly. So those are just some of the offerings. Now, when the Greeks came to Egypt, they said, "Oh, your goddess Aset, aka Isis, is really our goddess Demeter." So she became associated with Isis. There's some similarities between Isis and Demeter. There's some stories that have been paralleled. Do I think the Egyptian Isis Aset is the goddess Demeter? No, I do not. But if you hold that belief, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you yes or no. But there are some, like you have the black Isis, Isis Melania, as well as you have Demeter Melania, which means the black Demeter. So when you have the black Demeter, the black as the fertile soil of the earth, you also go back and you can synchronize the Mother Mary with Demeter. So if you have to go still be in hiding, you can use, because like the black Madonna to represent the black Demeter Melania, the Mother Mary. Mother Mary mourns for her son Yeshua, aka Jesus. So does Mother Demeter mourn for her daughter every time, for the first time, and every time she goes into the underworld, it's like a death to her. It's like a death. So we see the mother of sorrows as Demeter missing her daughter, and the god becomes the time of winter. So you can hide Demeter as Mary. You can synchronize it. Some other sacred plants of her. Sorry, I should have also said pennyroyal. Did I say pennyroyal? Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I went through the sacred plants, didn't I? Sorry, went over that. So, other modern days festivals that we can honor Demeter is, if you celebrate it, is Thanksgiving. All the harvest festivals, the first, second, and even third harvest. Even Samhain is also a third harvest, and we know that Samhain deals with the dead and the ancestors, but it was also a harvest ritual. So I'm not gonna say she has that. She does deal with, well, causing winter, and in the this is kind of mixing traditions, but you get it. You get what I'm meaning. In the Celtic land, Samhain was the beginning, first day of winter. So, and it was also the third and final harvest. So, harvest rituals are good to honor her with. Another attribute, not only just the torch, but we can also associate the cornucopia, but the basket, and of course the sack of goodies, as we see. Instead of a sack of toys and gifts, we see a sack of life-giving nutrients. So she is a nurturing goddess. I mean, she was also, when she was looking for her daughter, she was the wet nurse of the son of King Keleos of Eleusis, and his son was, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, I should have wrote it down, Demofun. Demofun. She was the wet nurse, meaning she breastfed. So she also had some other dark aspects. She and she was pretty cool about this though. The punishment where she sent Limos after King Iris Kethon, if I remember how to pronounce it, Iris Kethon. And she had Limos. Look this one up, Limos. Curse him. Why? Because she did not have respect for the land. He did not have respect for her holy grove, nor did he have any. He was told not to cut down this certain tree that was worship for Demeter. And he did. He cut down her holy grove, and the people who he sent to cut down said, no, 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 we're not touching this. This is Demeter's tree. And the king said, give me that axe. I don't care if this was the goddess herself. I'm still cutting down this tree. Rawr. And he hit the tree with the axe, and it started bleeding. But he didn't give a shit. That was a bad omen. But he kept cutting. And, of course, inside this tree lived a spirit. A tree spirit. And of course this angered Demeter. She didn't punish the other people around him. She punished the king. And the punishment was for him to have a great hunger. So in his dream he was hungry and he was eating. He wakes up and he goes and he's a king. So he can have all the food he wants. But no matter how much he ate, he was never satisfied. He kept eating and eating and eating, sort of like my ex. And eat and eat and eat, still not satisfied, sort of like my ex. Eat. Gobble, gobble, gobble up everything. And he even sold his daughter into slavery. But his daughter got a boon for Poseidonus, and she was able to, turn herself into a fly, escape slavery. But he kept reselling his daughter into slavery, but she would always escape. But resell for food. But until one day he decided he's going to eat himself. And that was the end of the greedy king, the gluttonous king. So just don't fuck with Demeter like that. So her areas of activity is life, fertility, fecundity. Very important to her. Very important. And she was, of course, considered one of the consorts of Zeus, her brother. There was an older story that she was also a horse deity with Poseidon. And then later on, it was said that okay, so she was looking for her daughter, mourning for her daughter, and Poseidonus had a desire to, in his own mind, mate with her. But she turns herself into a mare and runs away. He turns himself into a stallion and finds her and basically does what he wants. Could we say the word rape? As was later on made that way, that he forced himself upon her. But it could have been from an older story that they were both uh, horse deities. And she has two children. Desponia, the girl, and Idonis, I believe Idonis, a flying horse, a winged horse. She also now one day I'll talk about this god Dionysius. In some stories, she is the mother by Zeus, not only of Kore and Persephone, but Dionysius. Okay, the Poseidonus. Strike what I said. The children with the boy is Desponia and the horse Arion. That's what I was thinking about. A-R-I-O-N. Arion. Arion and Desponia. Sorry, gotta correct myself. When I'm wrong, and I will correct myself. I am not perfect. So Desponia and the flying horse Arion. I was almost right. I was almost close. So, also, she had a mother. She had a child with supposedly a human. Others say he's more divine. But of course, Zeus wasn't happy with this person. He was pretty jealous. Said he struck him down. What else can I talk about her? I'm only into 33 minutes. Wow, I felt like I was doing with like 15 minutes. So, Demeter, as we know, just like several of the children, except for one child, usually it's one child, that Kronos ate. But she was also disgorged. And I talk about it in my Poseidon, aka Poseidonos, especially Zeus, presentation, Zeus, and Kronos. So, when Demeter was looking for her daughter, did you know she would not take any ambrosia. She would not drink any nectar. She would not brush her hair. She would not bathe. She would not do any self care. On the 10th day, she meets the goddess Hecate, who told her she heard the cries of Persephone, and they decided to go to Helios, and Helios finally said, "Hey, I saw it." So, of course, Demeter and Hecate get together really well. They're really close. So sometimes things are confused with Hecate with Demeter. Some people confuse the things with each other, and they're not the same goddess. If you believe one goddess, that's fine. But just know that the energies have differences. So she is said to have a chariot, and sometimes, depending on the stories or the art, her chariot is pulled by horses. Others say dragons. She is also the mother of, now do not confuse it with Pluto, the god Plutus, Plutus, who is a god of wealth. And even in there's also, I sing of the mother of Plutos, Demeter, Olympia. I don't remember the rest word for word, but she wears the garland, the headdress of the season, and it also praises Persephone and greets them both, and to ask to bless the city well. And so this is an ancient hymn to her. She deals with women's issues, women's needs. She deals with, and dare I say, woman's work in ancient times. She deals with the mother's work. But we know in ancient Greece, eventually Greece, women, as time went on, lost their rights. They were property. Women were under the rule of their father, the brother, or later the husbands. So it was the Eleusinian mysteries that gave women more rights, where women, even a slave could join in these and be initiated into these rites. So, and also that this morphoria was where, from what I understand, was women only, where women can go out and be by themselves without, well, they, if they went out, they had to go out with other women or be with, it wasn't like Xena Warrior Princess. Okay, that this is where this morphoria, where the women can be themselves and free. There were other festivals that were dedicated to this goddess, like the Haloa. I know it sounds Hawaiian, doesn't it? The Haloa. The Haloa, which was a harvest festival. The the Thalicia, which was, remember I said Thanksgiving when I brought that up, was a Thanksgiving festival. A Thanksgiving festival. So Thalicia. And there was the Chloea. I hope I'm saying it right. What is it? CHLOEIA. The Chloea Festival, and this was the festival of the sprouting grain. The Halola was a harvest festival. So I think I said that. Now, another thing that Demeter deals with, and people don't talk a lot about, is caves. She does deal with caves. She's a goddess that can also help you search for things. As she searched for her daughter and eventually found out, she can also help you to search. And or to help you find someone. So if you have a child that is missing, please go to the police, FBI. I hope you don't have to feel to ever have to go through that, but I don't even want to bring that up. But pray to Demeter. If you have a missing loved one, a brother or sister, pray to, if they're missing, or again, FBI, police, have a search party if they're missing. But you can also pray to Demeter to bring back your brother, your sister, your husband, your girlfriend. So if you, God, I don't even want to bring that up. Oh. So if maybe your husband or your estranged wife stole your child, again, offerings to Demeter to protect this child, to get your child back, as her child was stolen from her, as she was missing her child. She was a search party of her own. She and Hecate also helped, so she got help. Hecate, but her Greek name is Gati. So she can help you. Goddess forbid, you have a loved one that is missing. Maybe they have Alzheimer's and they wandered off. Maybe they just decided to run away for whatever reason. Or something happened and they're missing. And I really hope you never have to go through that. But Demeter would be a goddess to go to. And I really hope you never have to go through that. Maybe you have a cat that's missing or dog that's missing. It's very important to you. Or a pet. Also, not just human, but your pets. Maybe your horse wandered off. Maybe your animal was stolen. You can, again, call Demeter to bring back your cat, your dog, your horse, safe and sound. And if they're not safe and sound, oh God, to at least have closure. I don't like thinking, especially of children. No, I do not. But sometimes, closure is so much better to finally know. So, yeah, that put me in a bad. Nope. I just want to go on. That's just horrible. But, yeah, she can, God forbid, have to give you, goddess forbid, have to give you closure. She is a goddess that can help you during the mourning period as well. When you are mourning the loss of a loved one, she knows what it's like to to lose a loved one. So she can help you with that. Demeter can also be translated as deified mother, the grain mother, the barley mother, the divine mother. De, she's also called De, De, which refers to her deification, her deity as a deity. And meter, meter means deals with mother. So she's the deity mother, the goddess mother, the divine mother. She is the great holy mother. And like I said, she's the goddess of agriculture, of reaping and sowing the said agriculture, and also enjoying the fruits of your labors. So she is a goddess of farmers. So if you're farmer, she is definitely your patron deity. So maybe you're just a gardener. Maybe you're an amateur gardener. Still, she would be in that aspect your patron deity. How long have I been talking about her? So she teaches mankind how to sow and reap, how all about agriculture, so they don't have to be wanderers. They don't have to be nomads. They don't just have to be gatherers, hunters and gatherers. They can now farm the land. So she deals with farming the land. What else can I talk about her? Her temples were called Megara, Megara, and they were often built, a lot of them were built in groves, and she had sacred groves. So you can think about, dedicating a part of maybe your garden to her, or your yard, or even a flower pot. A humble flower pot you can dedicate to her. Your plant, your flower that you're growing. So she's very maternal. Her images were said to resemble that of her sister Hera. I did a presentation on her, but Demeter is very maternal. She is said to be her face and her expressions a lot softer. Her eyes were not as wide open as Hera. She could be depicted as sitting on a throne or just sitting down, sometimes walking, even in a chariot. Her descriptions are that of blonde hair, or she's even called in American that I sing of rich-haired Demeter, the revered goddess. Her eyes were said to be of light color. Her features were very white, but in her hair very beautifully done when she's not in mourning. When she is mourning or looking for her daughter, when her daughter's in the underworld, it's unkept, as if she was pulling her hair out. So again, we see her hair richly done in tresses. Her hair was said to be that of gold, like golden wheat, as gold as wheat. She is the source of wealth, bounty, and she's a wet nurse. So she's a goddess. She brings prosperity, peace, and plenty. And orgies were also done to her. Yes, orgies. Even in the Homeric hymns, it sings about orgies. I can't get that out of my mind. Penis cakes. Okay. But she is also a food goddess in some ways, like Annapurna, which I did a presentation on that Hindu goddess. She is a goddess of food, of nourishment, nurturing. She is a goddess of food. She is the goddess that will fill your refrigerator, your freezer, your cabinets, your pantry with the food. So she could represent a full pantry, a full belly, and a full bank account and a full wallet. So when I hear people talk about corn, I think they mean by wheat or the barley corn, not corn on the cob, the yellow corn. So that's when they seem to be the barley corn, yeah, not corn on the cob, the yellow corn, the blue corn, the popcorn. But we can also give that to her. You can think about making garland of corn for her and garland of wreaths and for her as gifts to her. But again, I digress. So, anyways, I've been talking about her for like 53 minutes. She is very loving, very caring, and very giving. Anyways, if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, I hope you did. Please subscribe to my channel as it helps me grow. As a quick note, please, I do not have a Patreon account, but we went to the vet, found out, because Jack is old. He's gonna be 17, and he was just had an x-ray done, and of course I'm not asking for any money, but his heart is abnormally small now, and the walls are thickened, and something's going on with the lungs. So, uh, hope it's not the beginning of congestive heart failure. But my concern was he's been and I knew something as a vet tech. I know something that's with the heart and the lungs, and yeah. So just do some spells. That's what I'm asking for. Do spells, do prayers, send some spirits to bring healing to all the cats, including Jack, because Jack is an old boy. We want to keep him around for a few years and hope that, you know, we're gonna make sure he's happy and healthy when it's his time. Then we're gonna, I don't even want to think of the word euthanasia, but we're hoping that we have him around for at least another 2 years, 3 years, maybe 4 years. Can we push it out that? But you know, Shadow lived to 19, pretty much 2 months before the 19th birthday. So we're hoping some extra years with Mr. Jack. Also do so. Even if you see this video 10 years from now, of course Jack won't be alive. You can always do spells of protection, of wealth, of prosperity and happiness for me, and you know, light your candles, send your spirits, send your prayers, because I do this for free. I don't even get paid by YouTube. My channel is not monotonized yet. I'm not able to do it right now. I haven't met all the qualifications, but I do not have a Patreon account, so I would appreciate that. So I just thought I would tell you about Jack. So, but he's eating. He's you know, he doesn't need to be euthanized. It's not like we're making the cat suffer. So he still, if he has a desire to live and he's healthy enough, well, we're keeping him around, right, Jack? He's right next to me the whole time, just purring. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really thank you. Thank all my subscribers. So, happy Yule tide to everybody, and as always, blessed be.